This week, we sip on one of our favourite Irish whiskies in the form of the Redbreast 12-year Cask Strength single pot still whiskey. And we have a very special guest with us.
Yes, I'm here, Danny, but I had to bring my own whiskey to be on the show.
Is that because Nick never likes to share?
Pretty much.
Bothered.
Bring it back like, what's that? Catherine Tate catchphrase.
Bothered.
And if you're still thirsty for more of what we feature in the podcast, then why not check out our social media at Whisky and Things Podcast on Instagram and at Whisky and Things on Facebook and Twitter.
And it would help us out if you rate, review and subscribe on your favourite podcast platform. Thank you.
You're listening to Whisky and Things with Nick Kent and Dave Giles.
Welcome to episode 87. I'm Dave Giles.
And I'm Nick Kent.
And I'm Danny Gruff.
Hang on, I thought you just said you don't like change, Nick.
I know.
Before we started, and look at that, straight away we got change.
We fear change.
We fear change.
Yes.
Welcome, Danny.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
We've decided to throw ratings out the window this week.
He's been banking that joke all day.
I have. Is it on mine? No, it's not on my. It's on my script.
It's not even on his script.
It's not even on my script. Okay.
What are you doing here, Dad? I
don't know. I don't know.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good, yeah. Very good.
What's going on in your world these days?
I'm preparing myself to record an album at Abbey Road. I'm producing an album for a very, underrated artist.
Oh, yeah.
In January, yes.
Yeah.
Can't be a smart guy if he's
Can't be a smart guy because he's hired me.
Yeah.
Actually, Dave Giles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy who doesn't wear shoes.
I heard he's awful.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of him. So,
I just want to get that in there now because you said the last time I didn't mention it at all. So I'm just sort of getting that out the way now.
Excellent.
When
Cheers,
was last time?
50th, something like that.
I have no idea.
No, we probably scrapped that one. Anyway. Yeah. No, we love having you here.
Yeah, it's nice.
And we're also three of us.
Well, yeah, actually, we're all at Nick's bar.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice.
So it's really quite nice today. Before we carry on talking, what are we drinking? Are we pouring?
Well, today we're doing Redbreast.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing the 12-year Cask Strength, which was a present from Danny and Naomi for me for my birthday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Naomi.
But we thought we'd try just doing a little AB with the regular 12 before we crack on to the Cask Strength. So if we open the 12 now and have a little bit of a taste while we're catching up with Danny, and then later on we'll open the Cask Strength. You think that's a good little way?
It's entirely up to you.
Yes. Do you want to do that? Just do that then. Do you want to do the honours?
No, you do the honours, Nicholas.
You do the honours.
God, he did that easily, didn't he? I bought that bottle 2 days ago. No, you do it, no. Yeah, I'll only break the cork.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this from then, Dan?
Duty free.
Oh, very nice. Where'd you been?
I'd been to Germany to see the land of my forefathers.
You told me a really funny story last week that you really enjoyed the fact that when you're in Germany, you don't ever have to spell your real surname to anyone.
So I imagine most people know this now, but if you know of who I am anyway, my real surname's Kellenbeck. Ooh, good pop.
Good pop.
My real surname's Kellenbeck, and every time I say it in Britain, there was like, my name. You got like a hotel. What's the reservation under? Like a Daniel Kellenbeck. Before you ask, K-E-H. We got to the hotel in Munich, and I was like, they were like, oh, what's your reservation under? And I was like, Daniel Kellenbeck, and I stopped myself, and he just knew, and he was like, yeah, room 212. I was like, amazing, this is the best day ever. And it just that would set the tone for the rest of the week in Germany. I love it out there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So you went to Munich and Berlin, right?
Went to Munich for 3 nights and Berlin for 3 nights. Yeah.
Lovely.
And, saw you in Munich. Can't get away from you.
Yeah, it was good. That fancy that.
Yeah.
We had a lovely time.
Yeah, it's lovely. I've been to Germany a few times. It never lets me down. I think they're very nice people, very nice places. I mean, I've only ever been to Munich, Hamburg, and Berlin now.
And there was that tiny. Do you remember that tiny village we went to?
Yeah.
Well, I've got
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah. It began with an N, and it wasn't Nuremberg. So
It was a like tiniest of little towns. We booked an Airbnb in the middle of nowhere to try and write a song.
I wrote 4 that day.
Did you? There was that one about mountains.
Yeah, I wrote 4 songs that day. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't think I wrote any.
Good Lord.
No, you were doing admin, and I was there, like writing songs in the corner.
Yeah, I was. It was just after I'd announced my Nashville project, and it was the first day I'd had a chance to sit at my laptop and actually get my spreadsheets up to date.
Was it actually? Yeah.
Yeah. So Danny and I, when we go to Munich after our, let's explain. The first time we went to Munich together, just outside, because a friend of ours booked us a gig there when we were doing a wedding down in Italy. We were trying to do this trip to go back. We had a wedding in Italy. We went down one way out through Europe, back the other way. And we tried to book gigs either side. And our friend Katie booked a gig for us in Munich, and we were both exhausted. And by the time we got there, because it was the day after the wedding, we drove all the way from Pisa to Munich in a day.
I was hungover and you were tired.
Yeah. Anyway, we spent a couple of days there with our friend Katie and Lainey, and we just had the most fun, didn't we? It was crazy. And the good thing about going and spending time with people who are from that area, and we didn't really do touristy stuff, did we? We did German stuff, and the German culture is just nuts. And loads of things that I thought were jokes are actually true.
The Lederhausens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all that kind of stuff, like the outfits and all that, and the games they play. Like when we played one last weekend, Nick, they've got this game, right? It's mental, right? They get a big tree stub, and everyone gets a nail.
A nail.
A nail.
A nail.
I don't know.
Normal people
Nail.
say it. Yeah.
Nail.
People not from Essex say nail.
Nail. Nail. Right.
Yeah.
I can drink this, by the way, can't I?
It's about,
If you want to-
it's about 3 inches long, and you tap it into the wood, right? And so everyone's got their own one. That's their nail.
Nail.
And they get a hammer, right? And they turn it round so it's the thin end,
Yeah.
and you all have to swing and hit your nail into the tree. And that sounds really dull and boring.
But there's like little rules. So obviously it makes it a bit complicated when you can't use a big end, which I've wrongly remembered that when I was playing it last week. But you can help other people. So if you accidentally hit your nail and it sort of bends, another person can help you out. So when we were playing it last week in Munich, needless to say, Naomi did not lose. Everyone was like, we'll help out the poor Irish girl.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought she was just really good. Good with weapons and sharp things.
I think I told everyone she was really competitive, so they were like, better not see that side of her.
But it sounds like a really dumb game, but it's really fun.
Yeah.
And whoever loses gets the round.
Oh.
Yeah.
How
we
many
were at a house
people?
party.
But almost everything they do is it's like the Irish. It's to do with drink, isn't it? Everything.
I mean, that's a broad stereotype. But I mean, I say this to Naomi. I do see similarities between the cultures in Germany, especially Bavaria, and what I know of Ireland. That's probably the best way to word that. What I've seen of Ireland and what I've seen of Bavaria. Bavaria. Now. So, I find them very similar. That's why I like them.
Yeah, any excuse, basically.
Yeah.
I like German sausage.
I bet you do.
Which ones? There's hundreds. And I
Did
know
you have
this.
a favourite sausage while you were there?
White sausage.
White sausage.
Yeah.
What's in a white sausage?
I think it's veal, but I'm not sure.
Is it? Yeah.
I think so.
It's lovely, though. They boil them instead of like putting them in the George Foreman.
And there's this mustard they serve with them, which is ridiculously
you
good.
get over here. It's just like honey mustard.
It's really good, though.
But yeah. I think it's more about being there that you're like,
Yeah.
taste. Yeah, love it. Big fan.
So Berlin. When you went there, I love Berlin. I've only been there 3 times for 1 day each time, but I love it.
Yeah.
How did you find it?
Loved it. One of my favourite cities I've ever been to.
Yeah,
and
it's something special about it, isn't there?
Yeah, and it's not like, I don't know, I just loved it. And we got like the sightseeing tour bus, when you go around and see all the sights, and there was loads to do of being a tourist, but then you just know that come 10 p.m, it's a different world.
Yeah.
However, me and Naomi were both knackered by the time it came to 10 p.m. that we never saw 10 p.m. in Berlin. But like they were talking about, is it Berghain or something like that, which is just towards East Nashville, just off Karl
East
Marx.
Nashville.
East Nashville, East Berlin. Been working all day. Just off Karl Marx Alley. And it's where like you have to be really trendy to go. Like it's Lady Gaga's favourite.
Lady Gaga.
It's her favourite club.
Play.
And it's like a techno club, and it honestly looks like this building next to your house, this abandoned building.
Yeah.
And they go there on a Friday, and you can queue up for like 6 hours, and the bouncers can just go no,
Right. Wow.
with like no reason.
Wow.
Oh,
So you
don't
go
like
on,
that.
no, but you go on TripAdvisor, and some people say like half the fun is being in the queue.
and the jeopardy.
Yeah, because people dress to go in all these like wacky fashion things. And I was like,
I think they're called clothes, Danny.
Clothes, yeah. And I
Garments.
I said to Naomi, I might just turn up in like my hoodie.
Yeah, just,
I'm a Ralph Lauren, like, it's Ralph Lauren, darling.
Yeah.
Just my joggers. And then just like, this is the fashion in Manchester.
I tell you what, we should do.
Cagoule.
We should go wearing our Danny Gruff face t-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh,
See if, but each one have a different variety of Danny Gruff face.
It's Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ace. And then, yeah, it's very fashionable. There's a very fashionable side to it, which obviously I didn't fit in with. But we went to a place called Cadiva. Do you know Cadiva? Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
It's a bit like a Selfridges or something like that. Me and Naomi went in like, we'll buy something from this place because, it's like a big shop or whatever, and we'll get the bag and we'll keep the bag. Went in there, we couldn't afford anything. Like, we couldn't even afford like a bag. Like,
I like Berlin. I like the fact that as you're walking around, there's little bits of wall.
Yeah.
Around. I remember the first time I saw my first bit of wall, and I got really emotional.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of the first big news stories I remember as a kid was the fall of the Berlin Wall. So I didn't realise there was any bits left, and I saw this one bit. I was like, oh my God, there's a bit of what? There's obviously loads of it around.
Yeah.
But at that point, I wasn't aware of that. And I got really overwhelmed by the idea that there's a part of the wall, and they paint on them, don't they? Some really cool street art on all
that's
of them.
in East Nashville.
Yeah, in East Nashville, yeah.
East Side, what's it called? East Side Alley or something like that. But there's two funny stories. Well, not one funny story and another story about that. So you know where the Brandenburg Gate is?
Yes.
Like, what I loved is how they commemorated where the war was. Instead of just putting like a monument, which they seem to do in Germany, they just seem to be 10 a penny out there. There's like cobblestones that run throughout that part of the city to show where the war was. So you can go, East Berlin, West Berlin. It's right by Reichgate and stuff like that. But I was chatting to my brother. I got him a couple of presents from Berlin. And he's like, did you bring me back any of the wall? Like, I was like, no. But it made me think that we went into like a souvenir shop. And they had like little bits, those little plastic boxes. And for €5.99, you could have a bit of the Berlin Wall. I was like, that's a lie. That's a lie.
That's the biggest con in Berlin.
So yeah, if you want a bit of the Berlin Wall, €5.99.
Bargain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a big gain.
Yeah. No, it's great out there. I'm looking forward to going back.
Whisky!
I tell you what, lads, this Redbreast is nice, isn't it?
Lovely.
Isn't it? Yes, this is one of my favourites, one of Danny's favourites. Thank you for bringing this by.
It's all right. I think this is my third or fourth bottle of it now. You got me the first one. For Christmas last year.
Yeah.
I can't be 4 bottles through already. That'd be embarrassing.
No, you haven't. I swear you've only had one bottle.
No. So I definitely had one, and then I bought another one, which I finished off with Sam. Right. So this is probably my third.
Sam's Danny's best mate.
I'd say.
Just for those who don't know.
I did end up drinking a lot of the original one I bought you, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, well, we used to have those nights when we were in lockdown where we'd literally you'd watch a film and we'd have chicken wings.
Of course.
And then you'd retire into the living room and then you just pull out one bottle of whiskey and then that'd sit in the middle of the room and you'd all have a glass, yeah.
I imagine there was always your bottles of whiskey because Nick's not very good at sharing.
Well, they would be in my house, yeah, to be fair.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
No, I made a good dent in yours last week, I think.
Oh, did I not share these in that episode?
Oh, yeah.
Which is coming up.
Oh, look how little I got, though.
But look how he remembers.
Yeah, he shares so little.
Did
I not give you 46 millilitres of this?
I very rarely have guests here, okay?
Oh, amazing. So, which brings us on to the question, Danny. What are you drinking? Because I popped round earlier to see Naomi, and she said that there's a new bottle of whiskey turning up every week. That's her words, not
It's that
mine.
Japanese thing you had down there when I was.
Oh, yeah, I haven't actually opened that yet. The Cheetah, I don't know how you say it, CHITA. I bought that from Duty Free as well. I've been through a bit of an Irish phase, really, for 6 years with the missus now.
Absolute notions.
I was going to say, you used to always say you would, didn't you? You had an Irish phase.
So, I mean, Dave and I played a house gig the other week, didn't we? And the guy was Irish. Yeah, he was from Tipperary, I think.
Both were, weren't they?
Yeah, but she was from, I can't remember. I think he was Dublin, she was Tipperary or something like that. And he was like telling us all about this Irish whiskey. And he spoke so passionately for ages, but he spoke so passionately about it. And I was like, I'll try a few of these.
Red spot, yellow spot.
Yeah, so I got a bottle of the green spot. Bottle of the green spot. That's a hard sentence. And that's just really nice. It's very drinkable. Just very like, middle of the table. You drink it or whatever. And then I got a Teelin. I got, what's the other one I got? I got a few of them. But I've just remembered as well that I've managed to get the Balvenie Caribbean cask. Yeah.
Ooh,
14.
For an absolute bargain.
oh yeah.
Sainsbury's.
Yeah.
I think it was like 35 quid. I couldn't leave it there.
No, you can't leave that
I
there.
went in to get flowers.
What are you
I
doing
think I
that
spent
for?
37 quid because I couldn't afford good flowers after that.
There's some good deals out there.
Yeah.
Tesco doing Eagle Rare for like 30 quid.
Yeah, he was saying,
sometimes.
yeah.
It's good. A 10-year-old. Oh, come
Well,
on.
Andy Lewis, one of our patrons and one of our oldest friends, sent me a message today saying, Waitrose, it's very hard to at the moment if you like whiskey because apparently they've got all the deals on.
Oh, really?
It's
Not that I've
Christmas.
ever been into Waitrose.
I have. I used to go to the Waitrose in Chiswick because I heard that's where Richard Osman shops.
Which one's Richard Osman?
He does Richard Osman's House of Games.
Which one's Risma?
He's just a legend.
Oh my God.
No, what does he do? I don't know.
He's a comedian, quiz man.
Yeah.
Okay, I probably know his
Author.
face.
Yeah, really
Waitrose
tall.
shopper.
Waitrose shopper. Exactly.
I didn't see him in there.
Oh.
I saw Claire Bolden in there, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I know what you mean.
I've heard a rumour, Dan, that you purchased a bottle of that Jameson's Orange.
I did, yeah.
What? Any good?
No. Like, just
It's
to cut it
fine.
short, just to cut that
Well,
short.
it's just not Jameson.
I
is it?
had to buy it. I saw it and I've been waiting for it. I love anything orange. You stick an orange flavour. I love everything orange apart from oranges. Too healthy for me. That
Is that true?
I mean, I do like oranges. They're okay, but if it was a choice between Terry's chocolate orange and a Satsuma, Terry's winning.
Terry's.
Yeah. So I bought a bottle. It was like 30. No, it wasn't 30 quid. It was quite expensive for what it technically is.
It was 23, I think.
I remember thinking
20, it's about 23
it's
quid.
tough to buy that. But then I brought it
Same
around.
price as the regular one.
I brought it around here, didn't I?
Yeah.
And we found out it's just like a liqueur.
No, it's not. It's still Jameson, but it's got orange flavouring in it. So
But they can't call it whiskey because it's like 25% or something
it was
like that.
35. So it's under 40%. So it's,
I thought it was less than that.
no, it's 35. So it's under 40%. So it's a spirit drink, but it is still whiskey. It's not like other ones like the Jack Daniels liqueur and honey and all that kind of stuff. But the Hague thing as well is the same. It's 35.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Hague orange spirit drink, 35%.
We put it in, so we had it a few like shots of it and it was like, that's fine.
It's just
a few
orangey
grams.
flavoured. Yeah.
But then we put it like in we put some Sprite in it and stuff, and that was like, oh, that's really good. You can imagine in the summer that Sprite, loads of ice, slice of orange. Yeah, chuck that away though.
Yeah.
It's just there for the Instagram pictures.
But we did find we needed to put extra normal Jameson in it to taste the Jameson.
Yeah.
But it's not like we just want it stronger. You just wanted to be able to taste the Jameson.
Yeah.
It was just overpowering.
Well, Nick, I got some something to share with you actually after our orange discussion.
Yeah.
Gary, one of our listeners, has messaged us on Facebook of a photo of an orange wine cask finished whiskey from the lakes
Oh, really?
called The One.
Oh.
We've yet to have an orange wine finish, have we? Obviously, we've got the Bimber on the way, hopefully. But
Hopefully.
oh yeah, we've ordered it.
Yeah.
I've paid for it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
They said end of November.
Oh,
now.
outrageous. Anyway, there's more orange coming out. Orangey goodness.
Everyone's loving the
Perhaps.
orange.
Yeah, I do remember there was a time you go to Tesco and they had like orange flavoured like Yorkshire puddings and
Hey,
stuff like
I
that. It
saw
just
an
seems to be everything.
Orange Yorkie yesterday.
Oh
I
yeah,
saw.
they're useless as well, right? Yorkies, remember they used to be massive.
Yeah.
They're tiny now.
Is it the
I
thing
don't know
where...
because I used to be smaller.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the thing. Like
No.
wagon wheels used to be bigger. And I think Monster Munch, they proved they were actually bigger because they made them...
They're bigger now.
They brought them back to the size they were when we were kids. They got smaller and then they made them bigger again.
Yeah.
Yeah, all chocolate bars are smaller.
Size matters, kids.
It does. It does.
It does.
You're listening to Whiskey and Things.
So what's new with your production career then, Dan? Obviously, you spoke about Abbey Road, which is exciting. Looking forward to that. But
Yeah, if I'm honest, Dave, everything is working towards that at the moment. I'm quite focused on it. Like every time I'm doing a session, no matter what it is, I'm sort of have that at the back of my mind going
Nice.
like, how can I incorporate that in? And it's going good. The studio seems to have like really weird phases, and like my other production work does. Like, so probably when I was last on, I was talking how many rappers they were and stuff like that. Now there seems to be that I went through like a singer-songwriter phase, and now there's pop music, like very poppy sort of don't know, modern people. So I
Are
mean,
they a band?
yeah. So like, who am I referencing? I'm referencing stuff like Casey Musgrave sort of stuff and that sort of stuff at the moment. And voiceover work seems to be very big, which I love.
I love voiceover work.
Yeah, it's
Dave's
so
a big fan
easy.
of my voiceover voice.
Hello, Stephen. Have you done that yet?
Oh no, I do. I
Did it the first day you weren't there, didn't you?
yeah, not the first day. I didn't know how to use the talkback button on the first day. God, no. Yeah, no. I do it when someone's having a bit of a tough time and they need a bit of cheering up, and it frustrates them as well. So you just see them go to the edge of where they can go, and then you go, I know you're doing this. Then it's a bit of a laugh, but
Have you ever done it and they've not got the reference?
Oh, they don't get the reference, but it's still funny.
Yeah.
It's just a nice little comic relief there, like.
So it's playing fun then.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm enjoying it still, which is nice. I'm very excited for Abbey Road, especially after we've been watching the Paul McCartney and Rick Rubin thing.
Oh yeah. If anyone's not got Disney Plus, get it, because there's
Why haven't I watched that yet?
There's a 6-parter.
Amazing.
It's called McCartney 321.
Right.
And it's Paul McCartney, Rick Rubin sitting at a studio desk
Sitting up a tree.
in black and white, just having a chat about all the songs McCartney's done, and they've got the multi-tracks and they're just listening to stuff.
Ah, that's
Amazing.
cool.
And it's really interesting, and they both come across really well, don't they? I think Rick's a really good interviewer in terms of getting out the way and also making it accessible. Like, because it's things like this can be extremely geeky, and you and I are going to love it anyway. But I've been watching with Lucy, and she doesn't know anything about the Beatles or McCartney really, and she's been loving it. Just the insight and the stories and all that. It's done in such a way where it's interesting for you and I, because we don't get this insight on the Beatles very often, or McCartney. We haven't had this kind of insight, but it's done at a basic level. That sounds condescending, but it's done at a level which also is accessible to people who aren't producers, aren't musicians, aren't just casual music fans. And I think that's what's wonderful about it. So definitely worth checking out.
100%. I love it. And then we've got the Get Back film coming out in a couple.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know when this is going out. Is this a new episode? Or?
This is coming out. This is up to date, yeah.
Okay, so the Get Back comes out at the end. It'll be next week.
Yeah, also on Disney Plus.
A lot of good stuff on Disney Plus.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very exciting.
So yeah, we've had lots of things today, haven't we? We've done well. The things quota of the podcast is
I know.
it's got a few ticks this week. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk about some whiskey.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
It's crazy what passes as a podcast these days. Absolute dirt.
Nice sting there, Nick. Well played.
Thanks. Who's that Irish lady?
Yeah, who is that Irish lady? Anyway, this week's whiskey.
Redbreast 12. Irish single pot still whiskey. Cask Strength, everyone. This was courtesy of Naomi and Danny Gruff.
Right, so we've just been drinking the
For my birthday this year. So thank you very much again.
what have we just been drinking?
We have been drinking the Redbreast 12 standard bottling, which is a 40% ABV.
Right, super tasty.
It's super tasty. It's just beautiful. Single pot still. Doesn't mean...
Can you remind me what that means?
Yes, I was going to go into that.
Thank
It sounds like it's been made in one pot still, but it's not. The single element is the same as single malt, where it's one distillery.
Right, okay.
But it's triple distilled. So
Right, so when they say single pot still, a distillery has a pot still.
yeah, the Irish came up with this to differentiate it from Scotch.
Right.
Because back in the day, Scotland started using column stills, so they
Right.
could do a lot more, make a lot more volume of whiskey. But the Irish didn't think that was real whiskey, so they carried on just using pot stills, just to differentiate it. So the single pot still comes from that, even though it sounds pretty confusing.
It is pretty confusing, you're right.
This is, you mentioned Green Spot earlier. This is from the same distillery. This is all part of, this is all from Middleton, where
we've been.
we've been.
Yeah, right.
And we've discussed.
So, yes. So Middleton, Irish Distillers Group, they also make Yellow Spot, etc., Red Spot, Blue Spot. Jameson, Method of Madness, which is like their experimental range, where they can literally do anything they want. Another, like, I think more upmarket whiskey called Middleton, and they make Powers. I mean, they make all kinds of stuff there.
We've seen that Middleton before, but it's spelled differently. It's spelled with one D, right?
That's Middleton is spelled.
It's
with one D.
actually?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who
I always
knew?
thought there was two D's in the middle of Middleton.
Superb.
But there we go. But the one we got here, the Cask Strength, is 57.6.
Right, is that the only difference?
It's the only difference.
So it's the same blend, but just a higher ABV.
Yes, it's basically not been proofed down to 40. It's as it comes out the cask. Well, it's not a single cask. It's still married together with a bunch of other casks, funnily enough, and vatted, etc. So we pour a bit of this and then we can do a little AB.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I probably need a bit more of the first one then because I finished it.
I've been trying to keep mine back.
Do you want to measure how much you've just given me for future?
Sweet. So, yes, casks, both of these, ex-bourbon barrels and ex-sherry butts.
I thought we established it's the same liquid, so of course it's both of them.
Oh, no, I was just re-elaborating, if that's a word. No, that's not the word I was looking for. I'm just elaborating rather than re-elaborating. Single pot still, which means it's malted barley and unmalted.
Is that both of them?
Yes, both of them.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because it's the same liquid, just not proofed down. This is wonderful.
Just let him do this bit.
right, okay. Yeah, we'll do.
Well, I haven't got much else to say, to be honest. I was going to say some other ones that have in their range, but it's from Middleton, where we've been.
So remind people what the difference is between triple distilled and other whiskies that aren't triple distilled.
It's been distilled 3 times,
Right.
Dave.
And what?
Instead of, Scotch is usually 2. But it's distilled once, twice, 3 times a whiskey.
Superb. Yes. And why?
Very good.
Why would they do that?
It's meant to make it more pure. You get more of the kind of, it strips out, makes it a bit more stronger when it goes in the barrel. So it's taking out a bit more of that water, a bit more of a higher alcohol content. I'm not going to pretend like I know much more than that, but it's meant to make it smoother, if that's a word people like.
Smoothness. All right, okay. So which one am I drinking now then?
Well, do it if you want.
I'm going to have the strong one first.
The strong one.
All right. It's really, really nice. And it's very chocolatey.
You love this one, didn't you?
Yeah, I like them both.
Have you had this before?
Yeah. We were here.
I know, I'm trying to remember.
At your bar.
I forget everything. So I have shared with this with you before.
No, Danny poured it for me. You didn't know. That's probably why you can't remember, because Danny
Probably
poured
wasn't
it
much
for me. Yeah, superb.
It's ramped up.
Yeah, they are both really chocolatey in my mind. Are you getting the chocolate, or is it just me?
Not really,
I
no.
mean, I'm sort of getting that placebo effect, and now you've said chocolate. Is that the right thing? Yeah.
Placebo effect isn't a thing, but I've led you. I've led you.
Yeah.
For me, it's very candy-esque. I'm thinking chocolate, dark chocolate, and just sweets. There's loads of sweets.
It's just a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it sort of fills your mouth and...
Yeah, good mouthfeel.
I'm getting citrusy things, fruits, but not sweets. Oh, man.
I'm not getting citrus fruits. I'm getting, now you said fruits, I'm getting pear and apple.
I'm getting the apple.
But I wasn't focused on them before. But yeah, certainly. But although I do think there's a pear drop, rhubarb and custard, all that kind of stuff coming through again, especially on the nose.
I bought a packet of rhubarb and custards this week for the car.
Yeah.
And some lemon sherbets. I just needed to remind myself, because I'm going, it's rhubarb and custard. But then thinking, I haven't had one of those for about 25 years. So.
And did it remind you of whiskey?
No. It's all wasted.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I do prefer the strong. I think they're both great. I do prefer the stronger one. Yeah. I mean, interesting on the bottle, Nick. I'm looking at the bottle here, and it says with a butterscotch and barley finish, which I think is really interesting.
Yeah, a lot of Irish stuff is known for having that kind of shortbread, butterscotch, vanilla kind of. That's the quintessential taste of Irish whiskey, and this is seen as an example of a fantastic kind of Irish whiskey.
Where can you get this? Is this available in supermarkets, or is this more of one you have to order online kind of vibe?
You'd be able to get it. I reckon you could get this in Waitrose, probably higher end ones. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe not the Cask Strength one, but the regular 12.
Yeah.
But the Cask Strength, maybe, you're right. Probably the whiskey exchanges of the world, etc.
I like it. What do you think, Dan? Which one do you prefer?
I prefer the just the normal.
Do
one.
you?
Yeah. It's, I don't know, I kind of like whiskey you can just drink like without it overtaking too much. I feel like the Cask Strength is quite a lot. Almost to the point where I'm having it, I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm getting because I'm just sort of blown back by the alcohol content at the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a weird thing because a few people have told me that when I was with Lewis recently, he came over, my friend Lewis Fieldhouse is a songwriter, and he loves his whiskey, and I gave him some which have been some of my favourites. And he couldn't deal with it because it was too strong. And he's like, I haven't been drinking whiskey in ages. Even though he loves it, he's just not had much recently. And I think it's something you get used to, isn't it? And I think that's why, for me, when I have the higher ABV, I don't get blown away anymore. Probably I would have done. I think it is something you kind of get used to, maybe.
Yeah, I think you drink in a different technique as well. So you're not like getting a load in your mouth and you're kind of letting the alcohol release. You know, you kind of drink in a different way if you know you're getting a high ABV down you.
Yeah, maybe. But I enjoy a high ABV. I think it's actually, I find it more drinkable. I think it does more. But then I'm
you like to feel it, don't you?
Yeah, but then but equally, I don't necessarily drink in high volumes. So therefore, if I'm having a glass of whiskey, I want I want the overload of sensation and wow, what's that? Which I think you get from a.
It'd be a great one before bed, wouldn't it? You know, you have to have that one just before bed because you get like, I'm satisfied with the amount of whiskey I've drank, and also that's knocked me out.
yeah. A nightcap from your nightcaps. Yeah.
I like having the option of being able to proof it down or add some more to myself.
That too as well.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Because I had the two. I find the original one just absolutely brilliant. They've nailed it. It's perfect.
As a session whiskey, yes.
Do you know what?
Absolutely perfect.
I wasn't like 100% sold on it the first time I had it. I was like, that's okay. And then I had it again like a few weeks later. I was like, oh, actually. And then now I'm like, oh yeah, that's one of my favourites. It took a while to really sink in with me. But I love it now. Yeah. That's why I keep buying it.
You know, it was a Robin Redbreast day last week.
What does that mean?
Did you not get my card?
No. It was on November 12th. It was a day to raise awareness and funds for the common bird. They did, Redbreast did this video online with...
So Redbreast is a bird, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Robin Red... Yes. Chris O'Dowd, know him from the IT crowd?
Yes.
And Bridesmaids, etc. They did a little video with him to kind of raise awareness. And then they raised money. For every view they had of the video, they donated some money to the BirdLife International charity or something. And then, they raised 30,000 euros.
And that was to do with the whiskey company?
Yes, Redbreast did that, yeah.
Nice.
For the common bird, the Robin Redbreast.
Why, is it endangered?
Don't know, Dave.
I feel like you probably should have researched this a little bit more before you brought it up.
Well, I was just reading what was on there. I don't think it's endangered. It's just helping out, your birds in your garden.
With whiskey?
Yeah.
Put whiskey in your bird feeders. That's
what Nick Kent said.
Yeah, that is what he said.
Exactly what I heard.
I heard him say it as well.
Although the Cask Strength could be playing in my mind a little bit, to be fair.
Yeah.
Do they have a lot of variants of this? Because I've only ever seen these two and the 15-year that I saw in Duty Free the other day as well.
Yeah. I think 12 is the lowest age statement they do. They do a 21-year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They did a 32-year, which came out in 2018.
Could you get a price on that?
No, I didn't get a price. It's called the Redbreast Dream Cask. And they keep bringing out different versions of that. Dreamcast.
Isn't that a PlayStation?
Yeah.
Or
Sega, wasn't it?
Is it?
It was
Sega Dreamcast,
yeah.
They also brought out a Sega Dreamcast PX version, which was 20-year. And they got a 27-year. They got a bunch of stuff. There's some other ones I can't pronounce.
Dreamcast.
Oh, no. No, I'm not going for those.
I just keep thinking about Dreamcast.
Lustau. Dreamcast.
Yeah. Dreamcast.
As a rival podcast.
Like Caribbean cask, sherry cask, dream cask.
Yeah, that's a good. Next time we're on a distillery tour, that's what we need to ask. Okay, you've shown us where your bourbon casks are. You've shown us where your sherry casks are. Where's your dream cask?
You got a wink. You got a wink as well. You got that. Where's the dream cask?
Where's the dream cask?
Yeah. So, do you ever collect Pokemon cards?
And what's in this dream?
Did you ever collect Pokemon cards?
I didn't.
I'm too old for that.
Yeah,
well, I did. And then there was a shop in town called Above and Beyond, right? And if you go to the lad who's behind the counter and you said something like, I'd like to see your special collection, he'd have like a selection of like Japanese Pokemon cards. That's what the Dream Cask is. It's basically the same thing. You go, where's the old Dream Cask? How do you know about the Dream Cask? Follow me, pal.
Was it Dream Drams? No, what did they have at the whiskey show? Where you had to like give them a coin or something?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Dream Whiskies.
No, it was drams. It was the word dram, wasn't it? I think it was Dream Drams, wasn't it? I don't know.
I think it was Dream Jams. Jim Jams.
Jim Jams.
Let's get my Jim Jams.
Yeah.
I think there's that. They were on it. They do the raffle thing where you buy like a raffle ticket for like £5. I'm sure that's called Dream Whiskies.
It is, yeah.
Because every time I see it, I think of Dreamies, and I think I've signed up to some cat treat sort of email. So, and I'm like, oh, Dream Whiskey. Oh, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. Take my money.
Your late night Amazon.
Yeah.
All right. So what? Obviously, same liquid, one's higher ABV.
Yes.
What are we talking price wise? Are they similar, or is it? Obviously, I'm guessing they sell less of the Cask Strength, so it might be more expensive as well. But
It is. The 12-year-old standard, 40% ABV, $47.95.
Okay.
Bit of a treat, but worth it.
Slightly cheaper in duty free.
I bet.
Duty free.
Duty free.
Do you want to try it again?
57% less. No. Slightly cheaper in duty free.
And on the Whisky Exchange, thank you very much. This was a present, $89.95.
Oof.
So it's a biggie. But again, you can water it down to how you want it, and you've seen the difference. You like it.
Yeah, but although that price differential, I think I would always get the standard.
Yeah.
I mean,
two of them.
Yeah, if I had exactly. If I had the choice, I think I would go with the stat. Like if I had to buy one of them and I was confronted with those price points, I would buy the standard. But that doesn't mean the Cask Strength isn't amazing, because it is. It's just
Treat yourself.
It is. It's definitely.
If you're a fan of Redbreast or a fan of Irish whiskies,
absolutely. It's one I'd love to have on my shelf.
Yeah.
But I'd also want to have the standard there, so you could do exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, here's how it comes out the cask, but we're going to drink this one.
I love the bottles as well. I think they look really like classic.
Yes.
Green bottles.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, lovely.
Stick your candle in them when you're done. Job's a good one.
Irish whiskey is very drinkable when it's done well. It's so drinkable, isn't it? I guess that's the triple distilled nature of it.
What was that one we had that was absolutely terrible?
Someone tears.
Righteous Tears.
Oh, my days.
Oh, that was awful,
You didn't
wasn't
like
it?
that?
I
haven't
was rough
had
for
that yet.
days after one dram.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to try it because I've
I
heard
don't
good
know.
things and now bad things.
Well, the
Awful.
thing is, we got the bottom of the bottle. How long it had been sitting there, we don't know. And maybe that was it. But it just was. We struggled finishing it, didn't we? It was only a tiny dram each.
Yeah.
And we both were like,
I think I had a shot of proper 12 that night as well. So it was really the
You
dregs
did.
of Irish whiskey that was.
I've just seen on my notes they've released the Redbreast Dream Cask Ruby Port version as well. That sounds quite nice. That's going to be pricey though. So yes, so
That the dream cask. There's only so many dreams you can have. I love that dream cask. That's probably made my day.
That's really- I think that's the big takeaway from this this episode.
Just what's in it?
What's in your dream cask?
It's got to have stars on the outside, and like one of them. Yeah,
Amazing.
lovely.
Well, thank you, Danny, for buying Nick that present. Thank you, Nick, for sharing it with me, and thank you, Danny, for bringing your standard
it's nice to make space.
one.
What?
It's nice to make space on the whiskey shelf. It's getting rather full, to be honest.
I know that feeling.
I can't believe you're still listening to this podcast. God, you're a trooper.
Dan. Whiskey.
So, Dave, any other business?
Oh, this is a new feature, is it? New feature. Any other business? I like this. Right. Okay. My idea. I like this. Actually, I do, Nick. I got a story for you. It's not whiskey related, but I just think this is actually ridiculous, right? So, my car is due for a service.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I have a service plan. I bought this car new 2 years ago, and I at the time I signed up for the service plan, right, where I pay 20 quid a month, and then when the service comes round, it means I don't have to pay a big chunk of money, right? Clever thinking, right? So I'm thinking, I haven't had a service yet. Surely it's got to be due a service. So I phone them up. Hey, can I book in a service? And they're like, oh yeah, you should have done this a couple of months ago. And I was like, well, why didn't you contact me? And they said, because you opted out of marketing.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Amazing.
I know. And I was like, no.
That's not marketing.
That's not marketing. I'm paying for a service. That's not marketing. Can I opt in to be told when my van is due for a service, but not get the marketing? No, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, in that case, I would like your email address for head office. And I emailed head
Classic
office.
Dave.
And they're investigating it for me because it is ridiculous.
That is,
it is
yeah.
ridiculous, isn't it?
So head office in Germany.
Well, no, it's a British arm of the German car manufacturer that I have.
That's mental.
I know.
Thought it'd be funnier for the new feature.
Yeah, but it's short and sweet.
It encompasses everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Any other business is anything.
It can be anything. Sometimes it can be funny. Sometimes it can be shocking.
Yeah.
Sometimes it won't be either.
Should let the patrons do a little voice memo, see if they got any other business.
I think that's a great shout, Dan.
Any other business?
Yeah. Like Graham Norton's red chair.
That's a great shout.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
But thanks for that. Other business, Dave.
You're welcome. It's a new feature that may or may not stick around within the podcast.
We'll see.
We will see. But that was my interesting story that happened this week. You are welcome. Anyway, this
thank you for coming, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Yes.
He's on my way home, if I'm honest.
And thank you for sharing your whiskey once again. I appreciate that. If you are one of our patrons, then there will be a video of this on our Patreon page.
Yes, the beginning will be cut off because the recording didn't start. But yes, the rest of it's tip top.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there'll probably be. Yeah, you'll still get the audio.
Yeah, you get the audio. I'll stick some.
We'll put a funny photo of Danny at the front until the video kicks
of him in
in
a dress.
Oh, perfect.
From
please
Halloween
do.
in
Amazing.
2014.
His legs in that were incredible.
Yeah, do you know what? They do look good.
They do look good.
Yeah, look great.
They do look great.
Amazing.
was in good shape for that.
Specimen of a man. Of a Flintstone.
Yes.
Look like Barney Rubble.
Like Barney Rubble.
I was like Barney Rubble, but a good-looking Barney Rubble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with Barney Rubble.
No.
You brunette Barney Rubble with a beard.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's hit it and quit it.
Yeah. Angels have had their share, mate.
Danny's had his.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming. Whiskey and Things has been brought to you by